What actions should be taken against false prophets? Today we address the issues that have been looming silently in our churches. I'm Sletiwe Ndlovu and this is Joburg TV News.
Today we're trying to unravel what is this thing we're seeing, but most importantly, how do people get themselves into the state of emergency? How does it happen that I can hand over everything that I have and just walk away from my life as I know it? And we're hoping the psychologists and the sociologists and the religious professors and other people who are really into understanding what this thing is will help us today. So today for us, it's a learning situation.
And so what these churches have begun to offer are spaces where people can access economic empowerment and political engagement. And this happens because these churches, in very clever and structured ways, have attracted people who are wealthy into the churches, primarily because of their theology that God is going to bless you and that being wealthy is a sign of blessing and is a good thing. And with that, these churches have begun to be spaces where people can find work, places where you can meet with the CEO of a big company.
So, in this state of vulnerability that our nation is subjected to, because the vast majority are vulnerable. We pray to people promising us, and now it's a season of politics into election. We'll be promised the moon. These guys don't promise that. They promise people here on earth now. And people want affirmation. The vulnerable who have very little in terms of identification, their selfhood has been denied and dented, they're looking for that affirmation.
When the individual had an encounter, for example, due to some problems, the individual lost a whole family, either in a ghastly motor accident or in a plane crash or something, he becomes retrospective. In that state of liminality, the individual is prone to interpreting his world and his experiences in a subjective manner. That subjectivity is a function of his history and his engagement with the society.
With the rise of false prophets, what reforms can the public look forward to from the CRL? Actions that will be implemented to make sure that religion is protected going forward, because I think that's the most important thing right now, protecting people who cannot protect themselves.
If the state does not protect the vulnerable and hands them over to the vultures or say, well, it can't be that bad, let's find other nice ways, then you have a problem. The only people who are accountable, it's the state. That's why we pay taxes to them. That's why we do everything we do. Ultimately, they need to tell all of us how they're going to protect people.
The lady standing next to me right now needs no introduction. Of course, we do know her as Umam Deborah Fraser, one of South Africa's biggest gospel singers. Thank you, Ma, for having this interview with us. What I would just like to know from you is, what is your opinion regarding false prophets?
Mina engingakusho ukuthi it's high time that as families we sit down with our children, we teach them the Bible, or we influence them to read the Bible.
What reforms do you think should be taken by the state in order to decrease the number of false prophets?
I think the first thing is for states to understand that those who are not positively engaged will become either victims or they will take advantage of the situation. Yes. So if government can make the society to be more vibrant so that youngsters, because they are the ones that are usually targeted, if they are given some opportunity to be lawfully engaged positively, then there will be no room for them to become victims. And secondly, women have also been victims. And the gross inequality we see between men and women in society also gives them that vulnerable position where they can be exploited by these false prophets.
Christianity is in a state of emergency. We're in a state of emergency because right now you can do practically anything with anyone. As you have seen with what happened in Ngobo, when we have people who walk and talk like all of us, who were born like all of us, who then decide to be angels. And there's no law to stop them. You can call yourself anything, you can, you can do whatever you want. And if you can convince a few people, then you're good to go. And if you can convince more people, you're even better.
It's been quite an awakening morning as we've been dissecting the issue regarding false prophets. My name is, of course, Usletiwe Ndlovu, and this is Joburg TV News.